Hello, my name is Scott Davis. Welcome to New World Birth. This is the care and feeding of a New World Age report for the Gregorian date of April 25th of 2015, and one man or eagle in the Mayan Zolkin calendar, along with a Mercury moving into Gemini, the Scorpio full moon, and Venus moving into Cancer. So April 25th is one man or eagle. It carries the themes of higher perspective, keen vision, free spirit, messenger of faith and knowledge, patience, wings of the spirit, value, manifestation of fertility, knowing the details, the dualities of sun and moon, the budding youth and wise elder, male and female, the soaring eagle and the fallen eagle, the messenger between heaven and earth. This also represents luck, hope, liberty, trust, good fortune, and good relationships. Eagles have the quality of being able to observe movements from a great distance. The one eagle 13-day period could be used to gain greater perspective about the events in our lives through creating some distance between the observer and the observed. And since we're beginning a new Gregorian month during this Trecena, I thought I'd discuss the metaphysics of the upcoming month. May is the fifth month, and with the digits of 2015, when we add them together, we get 13, and then we add the 1 and the 3. That tells us this is a 13-4 month in numerology. And basic numerology reduces numbers to 1 through 9. So when we think about that arc, the 4 represents a time that brings integration of the creative energy from April as we experience May's events and complete what has begun over the past 3 months. The 4 month is about organization and planning as we move towards the peak of the cycle during the 5 month of June. With Jupiter now direct, we have more opportunity to push for this final push to reach the summit, where we'll be able to see the backside of the 9 month cycle. Mercury retrograde will have us reviewing information before the final ascent so that we can move to the next level of manifestation. The 13-4 combination is represented by the Death and Emperor Tarot cards, which is about releasing the unnecessary and obstacles to moving forward on our path to ultimately empower others through our example of selfless and enlightened leadership. The Death card in the Tarot could be described by this quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Birth and death are not different states, but are different aspects of the same state. And John Heder describes the emperor energetic in the Tao of leadership. Enlightened leadership is service, not selfishness. The leader grows more and lasts longer by placing the well-being of all above the well-being of self alone. So this May, we are engaged in letting go of baggage, to complete tasks so that our load is lighter, and leading by example to empower others through service as we plan and organize to reach June summit, representing breakthrough, freedom, and change as a 5 month in numerology. And before we get into the daily energy for one man or eagle, on the 25th, all the planets are appearing to be moving forward from our perspective here on the Earth, with the exception of Saturn and Pluto, um, and which appear to be moving in retrograde or in reverse motion. And remember that the themes of a retrograde planet are the review of the past, reevaluate, reminisce, and we can see these themes being played out. Well, we've got Saturn retrograde, which reviews our commitments, plans, what we do for work, the structures of our lives. And this one's a little more complicated because Saturn begins its apparent retrograde in Sagittarius, but then it eventually backs into the final degrees of Scorpio. And so Sagittarius retrograde is a taskmaster that demands that we take responsibility to review our beliefs while in Sagittarius and our ethics while in Scorpio. And then when we've got Pluto the planet of transformation through death and rebirth cycle. It's retrograde. It's about reviewing the past as well, and releasing anything from the past that's a burden to our new path. And Pluto is in Capricorn. So this is it's determined to expose the darkness, destroy the old order, so that we can rise up like the phoenix from the ashes and soar again. Capricorn is about large structures, which includes banks, governments, corporations, and religions. This is a time of cosmic course correction for the entire planet. We cannot continue to harm Mother Earth for the economic gain of a few. And it's the resistance to Pluto's lessons of letting go of the past that bring tragedy and pain. So let's look at the daily vibrational energy for this trecena. April 25th is one man or eagle, unity experience through seeing from a higher perspective in the Mayan Tzolk'in calendar. I'm not going to be covering the daily lunar activity in these reports other than new and full moons, but that information is available on the New World Birth daily Facebook posts and also on the blogger New World Birth blog. The 26th is Tu Keeb or wisdom, duality experienced through introspection, meditation, and forgiveness. And at this point, we've got Venus in a sextile to Uranus, which means from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 60-degree angle between Venus and Uranus, which for a day people will seek excitement outside of their daily routines. It stimulates new interactions with people who can fascinate us, but be aware that romances begun under this transit may not be long-lasting, even though at the time they seem pleasantly electrifying. It's great energy for a fling with friends or a party. Folks will be more freedom-seeking in their relationships during this transit, but that doesn't always, so it doesn't favor being clingy, possessive, or jealous. Allow loved ones more leeway and flexibility, and this could greatly broaden your understanding of partners and friends. And in doing so, bring new insights into yourself. The 27th is 3 Kaban or Earth, taking action through gratitude for Mother Earth, while the Sun is in a sextiles Neptune. From our perspective here on the Earth, again, another 60-degree angle is what a sextile is. Sun sextile Neptune lowers the demands of our egos, allowing us to sense other people's energy and circumstances, and makes us more willing to help out. This could be positive for fundraising for a charitable organization. This also encourages spiritual and mystical knowledge and experiences through spending time alone in a meditative state, particularly given the energy for physical activities will be lowered with the influence of Neptune. And then on the 28th, we have 4 Etsnob or Flint, stability through introspection, while Mars sextiles Chiron, which brings action to our healing processes and energy for letting go of old wounds. And then on April 29th, we have 5 Kawak or Storm, empowerment through recognizing the gifts of adversity, with Venus square Chiron, which makes our past wounds more conscious through our current interactions in our personal relationships. So basically, our personal relationships can bring up an awareness of our old wounds, allowing healing of a pattern that maybe we've forgotten. And then on the 30th, we have 6 Ahau or Sun, being in the flow through honoring the wisdom and memory of our ancestors. And at this point, we've got Mercury moving into Gemini, which is very significant. Mercury rules Gemini, so this is beneficial. It's a very fast energy that will speed up communications and interest in a wider variety of topics. It's a long stay in Gemini. It'll be in Gemini until July 8th. Because Mercury will eventually move into Cancer on July 8th, But the reason Mercury is spending so much time in Gemini is that it turns retrograde on May 18th. So it's spending, Mercury usually spends about 2.5, 3 weeks in a sign. So this is going to be a long stay in Gemini, where Mercury is actually pretty happy. Mercury is about communications, Gemini is about communications. So while in Gemini, Mercury brings spontaneity to socialization in life. And then May 1st is 7 Amish or crocodile, reflection through nurturing new beginnings in the Mayan Soul King calendar. The second is 8 Eek or wind, balance through communications in the Soul King. May 3rd is 9 Akbal or night, patience experienced through contemplating the stars. While we have the Scorpio full moon at 13 degrees, 23 minutes, with the moon finding support from Neptune and opposed by the sun. Neptune's influence on this lunation brings up our innermost subconscious fantasies and daydreams, confusing reality, which may not be great for accomplishing much work. Full moons are times of tension, as the sun in Taurus is about balancing practical and material concerns with emotional and spiritual realms in our life, represented by the moon in Scorpio. And then also on the 3rd, Mercury is opposed by Saturn. So from our perspective here on the Earth, this is a 120-degree angle. 180-degree angle. It's an opposition. Which brings about more serious thoughts concerning our relationships to the world. We still want to consider how we can meet our practical needs. This transit may have us feeling isolated, as we're more inclined to look with a critical eye at our personal relationships. This is not a time to act on those thoughts, because our thinking gets distorted by this transit. What we consider our troubles may seem significant, but then over time may diminish as the transit moves on. Our thoughts benefit from positive thinking to overcome the pessimistic energy. This may have us thinking about separating from a loved one or saying goodbye to a relationship, but you want to wait to act until Mercury is opposed, wait to act because Mercury is opposed by Saturn, which can distort our perspective. And if you cannot control negative thinking, if you can control negative thinking, you can use this energy to plan changes, as you'll have a more critical eye to what's not working. This brings discipline for heavy mental work, but remember to take breaks. So that your mood doesn't get pulled down into this process. And older people who you respect would be good to talk to if you need to get something off your chest when Mercury is opposing Saturn. Saturn, obviously, representing the elders. And then on the 4th, we have 10 Con or seed or lizard in the Zolkin calendar, manifestation through planting seeds and making new connections, while the sun squares Jupiter. So from our perspective here on Earth, this is a 90-degree angle between the sun and Jupiter, which can be very useful for moving ahead with something you desire, as long as you avoid excess and remain disciplined. Many will feel the urge to take on more than they can handle or have resources to accomplish. Being overly optimistic and exuberant, we need to be careful of being extravagant. So this is best approached with restraint. This can also create difficulties with others, because many will express its influences as arrogant self-righteousness. Since you're aware of this possibility, you may want to approach those folks by looking for some common ground and compassion for their point of view. And then May 5th is 11 Chan or serpent, resolution through being flexible in the Mayan Soul King calendar. The 6th is 12 Kimi or transformation, understanding through releasing what no longer serves us, while the sun trines Pluto. So from our perspective here on the Earth, The sun is at 120-degree angle to Pluto, which brings very intense and powerful experiences, which may illuminate our deepest psychology and darkest, normally unseen mental realms. This is great transformational energy for investigating into parts of our lives that should be reformed. This transit illuminates our motives and is great for studying our inner workings. People are more likely to express themselves more forcefully, which can make an impact on someone. But be careful of folks who use this energy for ruthless or selfish purposes. This is best used for this energy, really, is for personal growth and evolution. And then May 7th is 13 Manique or deer, movement to the next stage through being of service to others. And at this point, we've got Venus entering into Cancer. Um, and so, which is romantic and sensual, but also practical. Cancer is about the home and the family, and Venus is about love, money, beauty, and socializing. So it might be nice to entertain at home between the 7th and June 5th. So no matter what the energies are that are affecting you during the One Eagle Trecena, just take some time to be in the flow of the planet by being in nature, watching a sunrise or a sunset, communing with the stars, being conscious of the moment through introspection, meditation, or being with someone you truly love. Every day we have is a blessing, no matter what the dramas that beckon to distract us. We're all here just giving the performance of our lifetime on the world stage. Just take some time to observe the play as well as act your part by remembering you're a spiritual being that's having a human experience. And again, this is the quality of eagle, to observe from far away in order to, and separate yourself from what is being observed. It can significantly impact our perspective. Anyway, I want to thank you for checking out New World Birth. The next segment of Care and Feeding of a New World Age will be on May 8th for one Lamont or Star or Rabbit or Venus, with Mars moving into Gemini, the Taurus new moon, Mercury turning retrograde. So you can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, the Mind Magics website, and I encourage you to share this information as videos or as text as widely as you choose. And as always, I invite you to contact me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com if you have any questions or wish to schedule a reading. And I am providing readings and wish to make this service available to the greatest amount of folks. So I've created 3 options with 3 levels of compensation. So if you've been thinking about getting a reading, please contact me. I'd love to provide you a reading during these uncertain times. You will need to be able to either call me in Maine in the USA, or we can connect with Skype to receive your reading. We're also accepting donations to keep these reports freely available. And you can again contact me at newworldbirth@yahoo.com if you wish to donate to the cause and help us keep these videos and other offerings out there. Anyway, and as I've said before, I think a great way to make a donation is to get a reading. It's packed with great information about you and about what's going on in your life and how best to navigate these times that we're currently going through. As always, I'm blessed that you've taken the time to connect with my passion for these ancient mysteries and their application to our journey during this incarnation. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste, in Lakesh, and I really do look forward to connecting with you in the future, in a reading or in a video, or just send me an email with a question. Truly, all my best to everybody, and great gratitude.